Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and tonight, yes, Elsa is here. And I am going to review with these lot one of the greatest films of all time. Along with Frozen 1, we are now reviewing for Geeks Assembled Frozen 2. And now off we go into the unknown, because we'll never let it go. We'll never let it go.
Just
Let's go to Susie. Go on, Susie. What's your opening thoughts on this amazing movie? Number one film ever.
It's the best. I have a picture from when I was dressed kind of like Elsa. I just can't find it. Anyway, later. What am I supposed to say now? What do you want? Opening thoughts?
Just give it 10 out of 10, and we'll move on.
Okay, fine. First of all, you look fabulous, darling. Simply fabulous. Second of all, yeah, this was actually a good film. Surprisingly good. The only thing that sucked was the snowman, but that's just my taste. Everything else I liked. The songs were mostly good. The orchestration mostly was good when it wasn't too poppy. It was beautiful. It had a great through line. It was a good sequel. I would really advise, if you saw the first one, to go see the second one. That's my opening salvo. Boom. Next.
Didn't like the snowman. Well, folks, that's the last you'll see of Susie on this channel. Say your farewell comments to Susie below. Yeah. Let's go to Mikey next. I think our youngest member. Sorry, Jake.
Yes, what's up? Yes, I'm going to be out of the grave to come back from the Disney. So yes, what do you want me to say? Opening thoughts. Oh my god. How long has been Frozen out for?
The first Frozen was in 2013, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been that long. Well, I was surprised that they made a second Frozen for the first thoughts, and yeah, I decided to back like one of my own family members to take me it, and you know what? Luckily my nana took me to the movie to see it and shit. I loved it all. I loved the whole thing. I love yes, I do love Into the Unknown. I had to come clean. I got to come clean. I'm a big boy and I love Into the Unknown. Also,
well, I'm 31 and I love it. And look at me.
Of course. Look at you. You look amazing. You look amazing.
This is your future, Mikey.
But really, I do love all the movie. I love everything about it. I love the whole settings they took in like to different environments. And I love when Olaf said in these woods or something that everything is gonna change all of us. It did. It changed all. It did change everyone. Legit changed everyone from the beginning until the end. That was surprising. But really, I can't say that. I know this is not a Doctor Who review, but I can just say 10 out of 10 snowflakes. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Yes.
Well, we usually wait till scores to the end, but we'll accept that since it's a 10.
Yes, exactly. But you get the damn point. Frozen is forever. Frozen is my life. I will never forget.
Yeah, Frozen is forever. You know, I'm going to make it into law soon that we are going to review Frozen every week on Geeks Assembled.
Oh hell yes! I'll be waiting for that.
Every single week.
Well, invite me whenever this is.
Oh, I will. I'll invite all of you.
Send me more of this, and I'll be there.
Yes, please. We're gonna do this shit all night or all day. I don't give a damn. I'll like legit rewatch Frozen.
Right, let's come back across the pond. Let's go to Beef Dad for his opening thoughts. What do you make of Frozen 2, Beef Dad?
I thought the storyline was excellent. I thought they'd really done a very, very good job of that. You're 31, you say?
No, 22.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Well, I'm 72 this year, so. The music was excellent. The The music was excellent. It was beautifully performed. As I say, I loved the storyline. Yeah, it was very good, very entertaining, and good enough for me to want to watch a second time before we did the cast. And yeah, I must admit, one of my favourites is Sven.
Yeah.
I think he's so cute. But yeah, Elsa and Anna just brilliant together, and yeah, there was some brilliant characters that weren't in it last time, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm pleased about that. I'm glad you liked it. See,
Well,
that's
okay,
why
well,
I like Beef Dad. It's Lee I don't like.
Oh,
Let's go to let's go
move
to
on.
Susan. Let's go to Susan and Alex.
Yes.
Why, thank you, Elsa. I brought my carrot. I'm trying to be Olaf a little bit.
Well, we think it's a carrot. It's hard to tell with the lighting.
Okay, but anyway, I
Please,
enjoyed this a whole lot. I'm going to read the cast list because I think that it's probably a good idea to give credit where credit's due.
Yep.
Kristen Bell was Anna.
Mhm.
Idina Menzel was Elsa. Josh Gad was Olaf with the carrot. Christoph was Jonathan Groff. And Sterling K. Brown was Matthias. And Evan Rachel Wood was Iduna. And Alfred Molina was Agnar. And Marsha Plimpton was Yelena. And Jason Ritter was in this as Ryder. And
Wait,
then there was Jason Sisto. He was King Renaud. Ciaran Hinds as Pavel. Alan Tudyk played like 7 different characters. Because Alan Tudyk does all these character things. I mean, he was so good in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And iRobot. And wasn't he good in the Star Trek Discovery?
Oh, yeah, he was. Huh?
Yeah, I think so too.
Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah,
Wait.
And then there was the young Elsa and young Anna were played by Hadley Gunaway and Matteo Conforte. And I'm going to look and see if there's any other super big actors. Anyway, there was a really great cast, really great performances, vocal performances, lots of singing. It was such a beautiful musical. Good tunes, lively tunes, very catchy, and I enjoyed it. And so here's Alex.
Okay. Yeah, I have to admit, I thought there was too much singing, but yeah, it probably was better than the first one.
That's our date off.
But again, I'm not a huge fan either.
You're off the
But
cast.
that's all right. But I appreciate that it wasn't a bad story, and they did have more characters than they did the first one. And I know this is based off another fairy tale, but that's fine.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Disney needed
The Snow Queen, yeah.
a new story. Hopefully they don't do a live action version. Let things be cartoons, guys.
No,
Let things
Alex.
Too. Don't inspire Disney to make more live action remakes, please. We forbid that to happen.
We don't.
We want
No, we don't.
Frozen
need
free. Frozen free. Come on.
We need Frozen 3. That's
Right,
what all
let's.
we need.
Is that you finished, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move over to Jake. See what Jake thought, because Jake also watched it for the
Elsa,
first time.
You're looking ravishing this evening.
Oh, thank you.
Right. So I'm new to this whole Frozen thing. I watched the first one the other day, and I watched the second one on Thursday. And I have to say, I've been turned. I absolutely adored it. But I did prefer the second one more than I did the first one, story-wise. And I think as a Disney film, which no one's really picked up yet, it deals with some really adult issues, which
Yeah,
I
it
think is
does.
good for like a kid's film, like trying to fit in grief, all that stuff together. And I think it's really good to like, introduce your children to these topics in like a fun way. The songs I didn't enjoy as much as I did the first.
Political betrayal.
Yeah. I didn't enjoy I didn't enjoy the songs as much as I did the first one, but the second one did have the advantage of making me cry. So thanks, Alex, for getting me into Frozen.
I knew I would turn him. I knew I would turn him. I'm working on Lee. You know, like I say, every morning I'm slowly working him round to being a Frozen fan like myself, so we can dress up as Anna and Elsa. And he can be me Anna. That'd be
Oh my
lovely.
god.
Imagine Lee dressed as Anna, me dressed as Elsa,
Nightmare.
going down Leicester High Street together. Be beautiful. Bringing a tear to my eye, actually.
You're
Anyway,
good.
yeah. Oh my God, the first one I love. I adore the first one with all my heart. It's an amazing film. I didn't actually see the first one in cinema though, because the trailers didn't look that great, and I thought it looked too much like, you know, it just didn't entice me. It didn't look like there was much story to it, and it
It
didn't
looked just
look like,
Pixar.
yeah, Pixar usually has more story, but this looked more like, because there was a lot of Olaf in the first trailer of the original film, and then when I saw it, it just blew me away. And the songs in the first one, I adore. For the First Time in Forever is an amazing song. Let It Go is an iconic song as well.
Very iconic. You can't
Now,
escape Let It.
the second film, some people worried about it. I wasn't worried about it whatsoever, because it was the same team, it was the same people writing the music, and I knew they would come up trumps with it, and they really have, because there are some really good songs in this. There's Into the Unknown. I love that song. I can play that again and again and again, especially that disco version of it that was released. That's amazing.
You mean Panic at the Disco?
Panic at the Disco. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love The Next Right Thing, because that is about real loss. And there's two of the core Frozen team lost their children, one after the other. They lost their children. And this song is written about that. It's about grief, and it's about losing somebody, whether it be a child. Well, it's a snowman, obviously, in the film, but whether it be a child or whatever, it's about depression. And it's such a powerful song with powerful lyrics. And it did make me cry. It did make me cry. And not many films make me cry. The first one didn't make me cry. It was more upbeat. But this one did. This one was such a powerful film. And they've grown up as well. Elsa's growing up. Anna's growing up. The characters have grown up. The world's growing up. We learn more about them. We learn more about this world and the past. And I just can't wait for the third one. It's amazing. I love it. So let's go to favorite moments. Let's go.
Third one? There's a third one?
There's going to be a third one.
Chris Bell did confirm this.
There's going to be a third one. Yeah. I'm going to make sure of it.
I'm
I'm going to write to them every single day. I'm going to stalk them on Facebook, on Twitter, everywhere I can, down the street.
Right. Well, you're going to have to get a new Elsa outfit for the new movie, though, because she's got a different hairdo now.
Well, yeah. You can buy me that, Susie.
Just undo your braid. You'll be good.
No, I can't. I'm not undoing that. Anyway, what are your favorite moments, Susie?
Oh, honestly, there were so many. I really did enjoy this. I was laughing with them a lot this week on the little chat we have. and I was telling him I was watching it. I watched it twice because I want to remember it. At using Heggy time, which is this Norwegianish type phrase for snuggling up under the covers. And what are you doing?
No,
And
there's little.
those are your Wonder Woman arm patches.
No, it's like crystals, like little beads all the way down. Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Anyway, so
Sorry.
I'm dressed. So you wear big sweaters, and you drink a nice cup of tea, and you just snuggle up. So that's what I'm dressed in theme for this thing for today. But it was good for it's good for that. It's good for if you want to relax and you want to chill out. I just fast forward through the snowman parts the second time. It was really bad. It was just obnoxious, totally obnoxious. So the song Into the Unknown was a good song, not a bad companion song for Let It Go. And probably the best moments in the whole piece were, the serious moment was, of course, the next best step, which is really good advice for just about everybody. And he's right, it really does address depression very thoroughly. And I think in a way that young people could understand. Some people who may not have been there can also understand. You can't remember the tune, but it's not about that. It's about the animation and about.
It's about the lyrics, yeah.
It's about the lyrics.
And it's about the raw emotion. You can hear the emotion.
It's more like an acting monologue with music accompaniment. And most of the score was really great. Some of it got a little too poppy, and that annoyed me. But when it was just full music, they really do know their stuff. I don't know. I just went through. There were so many funny moments. The poor Christoph guy kept trying to propose.
I know.
Over and over and over again. He just kept trying to propose, and he just couldn't get it done till the last minute. And it was just, I liked in the beginning, they went back and did a flashback to the parents and to tie all the two movies together. And I liked how they handled that. It was really interesting. And it wasn't just sappy, it was actually informative about the story as well as being entertaining. So I liked the way they handled the whole thing.
And water holds memory.
Yes, water holds memory. That was a great line.
Exactly.
Except when it holds snowmen. I didn't like that part. But I just say these
You
for Alan.
Olaf hater.
I am an Olaf hater.
Olaf was the most sort of esoteric. He had such diverse knowledge for a little snowman. He was quite a like mensch.
He was intelligent. He was full of intelligence.
The word is mensch.
But he had so many funny lines.
Well,
Exactly.
He had some.
Can't blame him.
But I would have liked those lines with another character.
I liked it when he was reenacting the first film.
Well, that was a funny concept. It truly was. Yeah, no question.
Anyway, should we move on to Mikey for favorite moments?
Yes. Okay. Okay. Let me try to remember because I watched it again and I was maybe trying to keep myself awake. So
just all the moments I was in it.
I love okay, let's get into the good shit. There was Olaf being more intelligent and doing all of his little usual stuff, trying to figure out his ways how to grow up, all the characters growing up. And I do love when Elsa was trying to find out who was the voice and finding out that the mother was the one. It was like, oh damn! So the mother was calling, and the other part, damn, there was just so many moments. But I do love all the scenes of all the songs. But really, my most favorite one is When I Get Older. It's just literally, it's just like the whole song like almost represents my whole entire inner ego. Like when da 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 when I'm older, it's just like it just represents me a little bit, and I'm like relatable. But yeah, I do gotta say, I love when Elsa did the whole code greeting, if you know what I mean. When the whole people, the Northerners, and the whole two sides are finding out that they're really the kings and queens' daughters. that got my interest because they've been there in like I don't know how long. I think it was like almost 6 or something years, or didn't Matthias said like 34 years or something? Because he said that it's been 30 something years in that whole mystical cloud.
Yeah, and that the mystical woods. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all my favorite thoughts. Also, Susan, the other Susan, don't hate on Olaf. He did nothing wrong.
Oh, you mean Susie?
Too
Yeah.
bad. Too bad.
Just a hater.
Too bad. No,
Just a hater.
he calls me Susan. It's okay.
She's just a hater.
Too bad. I'm gonna
Nora.
love her. He's a too obnoxious.
She won't be on another cast, Jacob was going to say then. Mikey.
No more Frozen podcast. Woohoo! Yay!
Okay, then let's go to Beef Dad again for favorite moments.
I enjoyed the bit with you on the horse, the water
Thank
horse.
you.
I thought that was absolutely
Thank you.
superb.
You were impressed by that?
Yes,
I bet you didn't know I could stretch my legs that far apart.
that was no, I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah, I really did enjoy that. I loved it when they came to the forest and it was a barrier. I mean, that was very
I
science fiction.
penetrated that barrier, Beef Dad, pretty well, didn't I?
Yes, well, yes.
So you stopped the penetration.
It was most enjoyable.
Oh, thank you.
The Earth Giants amused the hell out of me because they looked like a couple of people I can think of. And
Rude to say about Jake.
would I say that about Jake? Not at all.
Only in private.
They didn't have wheels. But yeah, I loved the way they smashed the
dam.
That was really spectacular. That was really very, very well done.
And when the water's gushing down, yeah.
In spite of the fact that it was a cartoon, I was worried about her about Anna getting off of the thing in time. I actually found myself worrying about it and thinking to myself, "You fool! It's a cartoon." And then of course, shut up. You doing the rescue when it goes to hit the city.
Yeah.
The town.
That was that was good. That was brilliantly done, and I thought to myself, oh, great, yeah.
Because I did you think they were going to destroy Arendelle? I thought they were going to destroy it.
I thought Arendelle was going to get flooded.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
But the way they stopped it happening, I thought was very cleverly worked out. That was very, very well done. Most enjoyable. And I loved the music.
Yeah, music's amazing. Yeah, and
the
Show Yourself. No one's mentioned Show
The
Yourself.
score for this is just incredible.
I meant Show Yourself.
It's a husband and wife team. It is that write it.
Yeah.
And you should watch the interviews with them. They're so good, and how they've created these songs. It's all from experience, and that's why they're so well told, because they're told from their experience. They only write from what they know, and that's the best way to write. It's from what you know, what you've experienced.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go to Alex and Susan.
All right. Well, my favorite moments have to do with a certain little fire guy and a little wind spirit. Those two.
No, I get a little wind sometimes, Susan. It's all right.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, Susan. It's okay. You can admit it here. You're friends.
And I loved the beautiful colors. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I like the colors.
Like the fall, it looked like it looked like it does around here in the autumn. Quite lovely. I was impressed by the music, and I enjoyed its dreamy quality in certain places. That it was beautiful, and I think that it's a really good follow up to Frozen, and I'm really glad that they did it actually.
Well, the reason why that is,
And I'm glad that that Kristoff and Anna got married.
Yay!
And they're
That was
the
nice.
king and queen,
Yeah, that was nice.
because I mean that's where it should have been all along. You know, that one guy was trying to take over, and it took her 2 movies to gain the power to become herself.
Yeah.
So in a way, this is a really long Anna arc.
yeah,
What
it is,
about the
yeah.
I agree. I
It
agree.
is.
Can we mention
It's
about the
about,
short?
it's just as much about Anna as it is Elsa.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
Yeah,
is.
definitely, yeah.
In her
100%.
power, I mean, Elsa was gifted with power as a young person, but Anna developed power through trial and tribulation, and then finally through relationship, which is delightful to me. And I'm really into relationships. That's what I really talk about a lot on these Geeks Assembled podcasts, because I dig it. Here's Alex.
Can I just say something though before Alex starts?
Sure.
One of the main reasons why this film is so good is because they actually waited until they had a good story.
Huh.
They actually waited. You know, a lot of films, this would have been out in 3 years after Frozen 1, but it wasn't.
Hmm.
They
But because
waited
of
a
the-
long time to do this.
Did you guys know the woman who was in charge of the first Frozen, her name was Jennifer Lee, is now
Yes.
in charge of Disney Animation. This
Oh, is
the
she?
first Frozen- Yeah, I was just looking. I looked up an article, and yeah, she's the head of Walt Disney Animation Studios, and then they
Wow.
had someone
Wait.
else head of Pixar, but she's the head of Disney Animation Studios. So
Wait, really?
but
She's now
I
the
like the
head?
way she tells stories, and you're right, Susan. It's all about relationships, and that's what makes it work. She's also not afraid of silence. I
Yeah.
like that story. It's very
But
effective.
Anna was so good in this. I think Anna was probably the best character, actually, out of the two, because she really had development in this film. She really grew in this film.
Yeah.
And she had a lot of great scenes, and she showed real emotion, like when she saw Olaf die. That was real emotion, and it was animated so amazingly. To think every emotion, every raise of an eyebrow, every twitch of the lip is completely done by the animators.
I know.
And that's extraordinary. And the musical scenes in this were phenomenal. You know, when Into the Woods and the reindeers start dancing, and it's meant to be like an 80s pop
Homage.
video.
Yeah, 80s ballad, right.
And it's brilliant. Yeah, an 80s ballad. Yeah,
I like
it's
that part too.
brilliant.
But it was the other cool, brilliant parts is the movie knew how to laugh at itself as a franchise. There was the part when they were doing charades, and Olaf, the snowman, was imitating Elsa, and he said, "It's Elsa," and she's out moving her hips, singing like "Let It Go." And then there was another part when she was in the dream sequence in the cave at the end, where she saw herself singing like this, and she rolled her eyes. It was very funny. So I like something that laughs at itself. It adds to the fans' experience.
Well, let's go back to Alex and Susan, because Alex was going to say his favorite moments.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciated that too. I guess it's based off of the Snow Queen series.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And they needed something else, and they needed something more girl-oriented as well. And
Well, Walt Disney was going to do it originally when he was alive. He was going to do the Snow Queen, and it was just put off and put off and put off.
yeah,
And then it became Frozen in the end.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But Walt Disney originally had the idea to do it.
well, yeah, but I mean, he had a lot of
Of course,
projects,
he
and he had a
died,
lot of
obviously. Yeah, and
yeah.
he
He
died,
wanted a lot of other things going on. And he also had the
He's in a
TV
fridge
show
somewhere.
as well. Yeah. Yeah, I did like this better than the first one.
He's
It's not one of
frozen.
my favorite stories, though. But like I said, they needed to do a new
Let
one.
it go, Susie.
I've seen the other specials that they've had on TV with Olaf and other.
And you love them. I know you do, Alex. You message
It's
me
all
all the
right.
time.
It's all right. Like I said, I was basically brought up on a lot of different things that they're changing now. They don't want to be so old-fashioned animated like Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck or whatever. That's the old school. They don't even draw them that way anymore when they are on TV anymore.
Stupid.
It's not the
But it's okay. Yeah, there was a lot of musicals and there was a lot of songs in this one.
because the songs
very
were so
opera-
popular in the first one. The songs were the most popular thing. I mean, Let It Go was massive. That was played
I know.
everywhere.
It is
I know,
very
what-
operatic in its scope.
Yeah, it's
You're
too
right.
bad Whitney Houston wasn't alive. Huh? I tell you, it would have been her and Celine Dion singing it as well.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's
Celine could still sing.
yeah,
Into the
Celine could do it.
Into the
Yeah.
unknown.
Oh yeah. Well,
What's your favorite moments, Alex? Let's get to the
well, like I said, I
content.
agree with the other Susan. I like the charades. That was funny. Yeah, I mean, some parts of it were a little dark, but I like the charades part. I liked when he was, what's his name? The prince was with all the reindeer and stuff. Christoph, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I mean, I even like the older woman and then that black guard too.
Yeah, that was
That was
good.
kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean, again, it's not one of my favorites, but
what?
it was a little different than what they show
Get
now,
out.
and they
Oh,
like
yeah,
it,
you'd say that.
so it's pretty popular. So they'll probably make a Frozen 3.
Oh, yes, they will, Alex.
Possibly. They'll ride this into the grave.
Okay, then let's go to our least popular member. Let's go to Jake. Favorite moments.
I thought the animation was beautiful, even down to the finest hair strand. It was
Yeah.
amazing. And the scene where she's singing with her mum, sobbing for like 5 minutes, I thought it was such an emotionally charged scene. I thought it was beautiful. And like what other members have said, the Olaf scene where he's reenacting everything, because I'm not the biggest fan of Olaf, but I did prefer him. I did prefer him in this film than I did the first one. And there's one thing I want to point out, which I don't understand in musicals. So Elsa woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and started screaming this song at the top of her lungs, running around the town screaming it. God, if that was my neighbour, I'd throw something at my window and tell her to shut up. Like, God. That's what I was saying. She's out there going, to the sky.
Jake, she's the queen.
She's the
The
queen.
girl
She can
thinks
do
that the
whatever
queen
she
can end
wants.
up in the dungeon or beheaded or something.
God, how did not one light turn on though in any of those houses? They must all just be comatose when they sleep. Anyway, yeah, it was a good film, and
Drinking fresh mango juice.
Mm.
Oh, is that all you're going to say? Okay. Nobody's mentioned the new transformation scene.
Mm.
Oh,
Elsa
yeah.
transforms again.
Into the purple dress.
That's amazing.
She had several transformations. She went from the blue to she was first in the purple dress, but then you made a transformation from the purple dress to her nightgown. that she
One,
was
yeah,
riding
and one she's in that long gown and the long hair. And
She got down to her skivvies and took her hair down.
Yes.
the whole film for me is my favorite moment. The entire film. I adore all of it for reasons why.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd never guess that I'm a Frozen fan, would you? Looking
No.
at me, really? You would.
No.
I don't give it away, do I? You wouldn't guess.
Never knew this at all.
No, you wouldn't guess, would you, Alex? I like Frozen. Yeah, I love this one just as much as I love the original one.
So when are you having it on Blu-ray, Ella?
It's not out on Blu-ray. It's not out on Blu-ray yet, Alex. But I saw it a couple of times in cinema. And I saw it with my brother as well. And my brother loved it. He absolutely adored it. I adored it. It was such a good time. And visually, in the cinema, I know Jake didn't watch in the cinema, but it was stunning. It really was one of the best animated films I've ever seen visually. Definitely. I mean, the whole
We
thing
didn't
and the
see it in the
sea with the
theater
sea as
either,
well.
but we did see it, you know, a couple times. So, you know, enjoyed it. So go on. Didn't mean to
Yeah,
interrupt.
and once she's in the water as well with a seahorse, it's amazing. I mean, that animation, the water animation is fantastic. Towards the end, I did think the town was going to get put underwater. Yeah, I really did. I thought, oh, well. And then Elsa comes and saves it. And I thought, this is a truly magical film. But the moment I cried again was when Olaf came back. I was so happy when Olaf came back.
Oh,
I almost started bawling my eyes out in the cinema. I mean, I was dressed like this and my makeup would have rang, but never mind, you know. I loved it. Brilliant. Yes, loved all of it. Loved the entire film. It's amazing, and I'm definitely going to do a third one, Disney, for you. So let's go to final say and score. Let's go to Jake. Let's go backwards.
I give
Go with
this
Jake
film.
first.
I give this film. 'Cause it's not my favourite Disney film, but I did enjoy it. Little Mermaid of Queen Ursula will always be my favourite
Here we
film.
go.
Can't beat
Here she
Little Mermaid
is.
rocks.
Here she is.
I'm with you, Jake. Little Mermaid rocks.
I will give this film a solid 9.
Solid 9. That's good enough. Sorry, a 9 or was it a 10?
9.
A 10. Thank you, Jake. Right. I can see where this is going. Let's go to Susan and Alex. Can they top a 10?
Since we're going backwards, Alex, you go first.
Can you top Jake?
Well, I guess I have to say 12, otherwise the host will burn me.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you, Alex.
I don't think he's ever done that.
Oh, I'm
before.
so happy. I've
I
let
don't think he's ever done that before. He's never done that.
I'm taking one for the team.
I've got to say, I've let out a little wee in excitement.
He's not serious.
He is serious.
Are you fucking serious?
He is serious. He's deadly serious.
Is he saying 12 to 12?
And I enjoyed it. I really love animation. I love Disney style animation. I did it for my senior project in film school, and it takes a heck of a lot of energy. It took us 3 months to do 50 seconds. I don't know how these guys do it, but they're pant loads of people in the studio probably, but it was great. So yeah, I will agree with Alex, and I'll give it a 12 out of 10 too.
Yes. Let's see where Beef Dad's going for this. Is Beef Dad going to top a 12?
It was incredibly entertaining, a superb storyline, brilliantly executed, and if it gets anything from me, it gets a 15.
Oh my gosh!
Very
I'm going to
nice.
cry all over again like I did in the film.
Oh, everyone is going higher.
Are you sure you don't want to change your score from a 10, Jake?
Sod it, 10.
Yes. Oh my God, my boobs are going to fall out. Let's go to Mike.
Since everyone is going to my joke, let's just say 100 to 100.
100 and 100. Oh my God, that'll do me. Susie.
Yes, you can't defeat me,
Susie,
friend.
please.
No, of course not. Well, I
Come
liked
on,
how it
Susie.
ended.
Come on, I'm dressed like this.
I like how it ended. I mean, you had Anna with Kristoff. You had the older gray-haired native woman with the guard who got stuck in a time bubble for 35 years. Interesting how everything we do involves time. And Elsa ended up moving in with her friend in the woods. It was very nice. It was a very liberating transition for Elsa. So, nobody else caught that. She moved in with the friend in the woods. The friend said, you belong here. Yeah, I do. And she moved into the woods, and then she rode the horse and saved the city.
We get it. We saw that.
All right, I give it a solid 9.5 as a serious grade. My serious
oh
grade
no,
is
come on,
solid
come on.
9.5.
Go
But
on,
if
give
I
it a
had
10.
to
I'm
give it
dressed
an
like this.
Allen grade, it would be 1,000 just for him.
You gotta give it 1,000. Oh my
Just
god, this
for
is
you.
good.
Just
1,000.
for
Oh, for me dressed like this. Oh wow, this
you.
is
For you
amazing.
just like this.
Well,
That's
now I've
right.
got to top 1,000, and the highest I've
Oh.
ever topped is about, I would say, 37. And I didn't even know his name. I'm gonna go.
Live in the woods?
It was in the woods, Susie. Yeah, it was. Was you there?
No.
Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna give it. I can't remember what I gave the first one, so I'm gonna go much, much higher. I'm gonna
Oh
give it
no.
100 billion
Oh, okay.
trillion
I thought you were going to say million. I would have
thousand billion, another trillion, million, billion, quadruple million, billion, trillion, zillion, million
Can you repeat all that for
out of
us?
10.
Write it down.
It's turned
Out of
into a
10.
Monty Python.
The Ministry of Silly Scores.
Oh, you know what? I've really enjoyed this. I might come like
Oh,
this
you
every
don't
week.
say.
Oh, I never guessed.
My boys.
You've made an old drag very happy.
You guys are very surprising sometimes, not gonna lie. You guys are very entertaining.
How are you talking when you're over there? Oh, you got your headphones on. I thought what?
Yeah, duh.
I got really
What?
confusing.
Yeah,
All right,
deal
then.
with me. Deal with me. You can't stop me. Mm.
Well, we've been into the unknown, and we've showed ourselves in more ways than one, haven't we, Jake?
Yes, you
We
have.
won't talk about that. It was disgusting. And I would just like to say thank you to everybody who's joined me today, and sod the rest of them. And I would like to thank everybody for watching. Well, the sole person, we know who it is, Cher. Thank you, Cher.
No, Adina Menzel is going to watch from now on, and so is.
You've got to post her this, Susan. She won't believe it that Elsa's really here, in person.
And Kristen Bell.
It's I've
Kristen
got
Bell
to
and
say
Adina Menzel are there. You know,
another
they're
thing.
they're
Another
gonna
thing
be
that I
our-
like.
Oh, no, they can't watch. If we didn't know, that's not fair. If I knew that people involved in the movie were talking, I wouldn't have said it. But I didn't say anything bad about them, so that's okay.
Yeah, you
was
bitched
just
about
a
them now.
snowman.
You slagged them off. You slagged Olaf off.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Although, oddly enough, while I like the don't like the character, I do like the actor. He's very funny. He was.
Oh, you're
just
only
so
saying that
fast.
now. Before the cast, you were slagging him off.
No,
Yeah.
not him. The character. There's different. He was just in
No,
Modern
you were
Family this week over in the States, and the actor was in Modern Family, and he was very good.
Susan, are you eating Olaf's nose?
I am.
Wow.
Oh my God!
I really hope that is a carrot now.
Oh
not the-
shit.
I'm worse than Sven. I'll eat all the noses.
Oh, it's
Sometimes you
cannibalism.
gotta do
Oh, live on Geeks Assembled.
I love the way you fit in your ears.
Anna must have a Time Lord pockets, because at the end, when they brought back the snowman, she had to put on his hat and his eyes and his thing and she had all of this in her pockets. It was very weird. I thought, Anna's a Time Lord. It was very weird.
Time Lord confirmed. Mm.
Well, as I
Another
was-
woman.
As I was saying before, Susie rudely interrupted. Is that this film is not just an animation. No. To me, it's the story of my life. Because Disney's not telling you, but it's actually based on me. I'm the real Elsa. I climbed up that mountain there. I rode that horse.
Believe that.
I did. And I'm not letting it go.
This is why I
But-
call
Oh,
Susan!
Susan, it worked.
Oh my God!
Oh.
How on earth have you got that on your nose? How on earth have you stuck that to your nose?
We're now joined by Wurzel Gummidge.
She does look like Wurzel Gummidge.
So what's the overall score, Mr. Elsa, whoever you are?
I gave it.
What? No,
I can't possibly say that again.
What?
Oh, you
Right?
mean of the cast? I'd give the cast about a 2.5. 2.5 I'd give the cast. Jake, I'd give...
Oh, I meant
I'll be generous this week and I'll give Jake a 1.
You know, for real, we
No,
humored you, we loved on you. Come on. You
Yeah,
gotta
no.
give us more credit than that.
That's true.
All right,
Come on.
I'll give you 3. I'll give
Alex
you 3.25.
Williams.
That's all you're having. 3.25. That's all you're having. Take your
Elsa,
lot. Send your up. Get out
Elsa
of here.
P,
Elsa says, get out of here.
Ice Queen. What the heck ever, dude?
Look, I came out of my shadows to do a Frozen thing. All right.
Oh,
I was dead.
so we're going to end the
Okay.
cast now with a little sing-song.
Ooh, nice profile.
Is everybody ready for a little sing-song?
Oh hell yes! Please, we can sing. We can sing. Please, 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 please.
Jake, unmute yourself. Jake kindly
Jake.
volunteered yesterday to sing. So,
No,
ladies and gentlemen,
I
Jake.
said if I was drunk, I'm
Why
not
not
drunk.
I think Jeffrey should start off and then Susie should join in.
No, I thought we were gonna do like one of those bouncy ball things. I don't know the words to this.
bouncy ball things. What the hell is that?
It's a video where the ball how many animated.
It's how you
videos-
read a video song.
Oh,
Okay,
a
so-
sing-along. I thought, what is she on about bouncy balls?
Oh, sing along.
That's not very appropriate for this cast.
There you go.
Right, so does everybody want to sing then?
Sure.
Well, yeah, well, sure, why not?
Well,
Sure, why not?
go on then. I'm waiting.
Into
Me? You want-
the unknown.
Into the
Into the
unknown.
unknown.
Just
Into the
sing.
unknown.
It's only lyrics I know.
All right then. Well, now we really do have to let it go because
Let it go. Goodbye.
well, I'll give everybody a wave, everybody. Give everybody a wave, everybody. Give the one viewer a wave. Give Cher a wave. No,
Cher.
we love you, Cher. Throw kisses to Cher, everybody.
All right.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. You're still recording.